So for task 98, iterate through an array with a for loop. So a common task in JavaScript is to iterate through the contents of an array. One way to do that is with a for loop. This code will output each element of the array R to the console. So remember that arrays have zero-based indexing, which means the last index of the array is length minus 1. Our condition for this loop is I is less than r.length, which stops the loop when I is equal to length. That in this case, the last iteration is 1 is equal to 4, and when I becomes equal to r.length minus 1 and output 6 to the console, then I increases to 5 and the loop terminates because I is less than r.length is false. Declare and initialize a variable total to 0. Use a for loop to add the value of each element of the my r array to total. So var my r, so var total is equal to 0. Then for var I is equal to 0, then I is less than my r that length, and I is plus or equal to 1, then total plus or equal to my r I to the value of I. So let's try. Okay, next, nesting for loops. So if you have a multi-dimensional array, you can use the same logic as the prior waypoint to loop through both the array and any subarrays. So here is an example. So this outputs each sub-element in R one at a time. Note that for the inner loop, we are checking the dot length or of R, the value of I, since R of I is itself an array. So modify function multiply all so that it returns the product of all the numbers in the subarrays of R. So multiply all 1, 2, 3 should return 6. Multiply all 1, 2 subarrays 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 should return 5, 0, 40. Okay, so function multiply all or var product is equal to 1. So for var I is equal to 0, then I is less than 2r dot length, then I says positive plus or equal to 1 for var variable j is equal to 0, j is less than to r dot length r the value of I dot length j plus or equal to 1. So product multiply equal to r I and j. Then we're going to return the product. Multiply all the sub array. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's try. Okay. For the task 100, iterate with JavaScript do while loops. The next type of loop you will learn is also called a do while loop. It's called a do while loop because it will first do one pass of the code inside the loop no matter what, and then continue to run the loop while the specified condition evaluates to true. So change the while loop in the code to a do while loop so the loop will push only the number of 10 to my array and I will be equal to 11 when your code has finished running. So we're using a do while loop. Let's delete this one first. So do my array, let's just copy this one here. Do my array dot push, then while I is less than to 5. Okay, that's it for task 100.